Alright, so World 0 added a new class, Shadowblade. I'm gonna do like a basic showcase of showing you guys the abilities. I think it's not gonna be an in-depth video of like what's the best perks, what's the crazy damage DPS strats, is this better than Summoner, is this better than Demon, is this better than Spirit Archer, none of that. It's just straight up showcase. You want to see the abilities, what the class does, and a little bit of like, you know, make your own judgment if you like it or not, even though it does require you to get Prestige 4, which is still a good thing to go for, even if you don't want it to class. Prestige 4 is, you know, decent perks with that. But of course, it is quite the grind, which I'll talk about how to get some XP. Not fast, but just ways to get a lot more XP than thinking that just by playing the game normally. There is ways to go faster, of course. So I'll go over everything real quick. So how to unlock this class. Like I've said, you have to get to Prestige 4. If you want to check your Prestige is located over here on the bottom when you open your inventory. And you'll see that you need to be Prestige 4 for Shadowblade, like I've said already. If you just come back to the game and haven't played in a while, most people who have Summoner unlocked and Warlord unlocked will be Prestige 2, so to Prestige 3, and then Prestige again after that. To Prestige, you get to level 115, which is not max level. Max level is 130, so don't have to get the extra 15 levels if you don't want to. Once you get to level 115, you want to head back to World 1. There should be a button at the top over here that says Prestige. You know, show all the rewards and all that stuff. And you go back to level 1, you know, regrind the game to get back to level 115. And then once you're at level 115, you can play at level 1. You can play the Shadowblade Class, which I did. And I grinded up until 130 to the new class, Shadowblade here. So I'm going to show you guys the abilities here real quick and what's the synergies and what it can do. And show you guys one dungeon run. And that's pretty much all I got for you guys. So here, show you guys the basic stuff. So first things first, let's talk about the passive. So the passive is on all of the abilities. The passive is when you're in shadow mode, you will always do a crit attack, critical blow, and extra 20% damage. So what that means is that your E ability, which is this one over here, Shadow Cloak, you enter shadow mode. So when you click E, now I'm invisible. And this will show on the bottom here, your icons are blinking, similar to Dragoon. Those will have empowered attacks. So no matter what, any of these abilities will crit and do 20% more damage, pretty much. So let's go back and show you guys Shadow Slash. Shadow Slash is the basic attack. Here's your attack speed. No sound effects. I think mine's broken right now. But there you go. That's attack speed. Damage. This is just damage of 2 swords. Doesn't matter. Not the optimal damage, but that's what this does. That is the auto attacks. Pretty quickly, and it'll hit multiple enemies, of course, if you line them up quickly. Now, when we have our Shadow Cloak here, like for example, like this, we're going to crit no matter what. So do crit like this. Boom. Crit. That is how that works. And 20% more damage. So regular crit is 12. Well, it's random, it seems. I don't know what's with that. Odd. Anyways, maybe. Oh, not random because it's the targets. Yes, I'm an idiot. Well, okay, never mind. I don't know. Maybe it's a target. I don't know why it's random. It's random here. I don't know what is going on. Anyways, all right. So that's that. Now let's talk about more about Shadow Cloak. Shadow Cloak. What it does is that it makes you run faster while you're invisible. For about 4 seconds. The cooldown is 6 seconds. So you can use the ability and not use it. Or 5 seconds. Cool. 5 seconds. You're 5 seconds invisible. 6 seconds close. It has a 1 second cooldown if you don't use it. So you can always be invisible for the most part. So as long as you don't actually use attack or an ability, you're always going to be invisible for at least 5 seconds. And then the cooldown will go off. Once you use the ability, it'll still be on cooldown, but you'll be a longer wait time, basically. So you want to be more patient with your stealth. So when you aggro enemy, like for example, like this, you're going to attack you, right? If I go invisible, they unaggro you, like that. They don't want to attack you anymore. They come back to you again, and then invisible, and then they don't want you anymore. Where did I go? I don't know. Disappeared out of thin air, and then attack me again, invisible, and they don't want me anymore. Crit them, like so. Go invisible, crit them. That's the gameplay right there. Now we have the other ability here. We have the R ability, which is Shadow Leap. what this does here, it teleports you behind an enemy, basically. So here's an example of that. Boom. A little bit of teleport. The range is something like this. There we go. That's the max range right there. It's pretty far. It's like your main damage ability. Has about a 3-second cooldown. It's very, very short. You can spam this basically. Oh, it's pretty much a spamming move. It is AoE, so when you hit, if you're hitting an enemy nearby, it will hit both enemies. So it's not like just a one single target attack. It will hit all the enemies that's near when you teleport. So for example, we have these, let's do these forest raptors, for example. There we go. Hit all 3 and killed 1. When you go invisible, it'll crit both of them. And that's damage right there. And then do it again. Go invisible. Wait for the cooldown. And then it crits again. So that's like the premise there of that. Now there's one cool little thing that has that's with it. When you know how when you go invisible, it de-aggros you. I don't know if there's a bug or anything, but when you use your R ability, right, for example, it de-aggros everything. I don't know if it's on purpose because you're teleporting. It removes you from the game for a split second, and then everything de-aggros you. So here's another one. Look, and then look, see they come back. So it does help you a little bit. But like it de-aggros you for some reason. I don't know if it's on purpose or just how the game works. Can't do it like that, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so the last move here we're gonna have is the Shadow Slash. This is a spinning AoE attack. You spin twice on a like half a second delay. So like for example, when we do this, spin like this, it spins twice, but it is not instant twice. So like for example, if you like do like this and then you walk like that, you can like slightly walk a little bit and hit more enemies if you're walking towards like 1, 2, like that. Or if you go invisible, then you do the first hit will crit, the rest will not crit. So 1, and that's it. One giant crit with when you go invisible. That's pretty much it. It's a nice AoE to do when you like chain all the enemies all together, and then do like a huge burst attack with your spin attack, basically. So like for example, like this. And simple as that. Lastly, we have the ultimate, which is Realm of Shadows. What this does is that you'll do an AoE fear attack, and it'll do damage over time, and you'll be invisible for 12 seconds. I don't know the exact time. What is it? Or for a long time, and you'll be able to use your abilities without going uninvisible. So everything you do will crit. Your auto attacks, your everything you do. So here's an example of this. So we're gonna use our ability, slam down, fear stacks, ticking down. Everything we do will crit. All the blue numbers will crit. Are invisible even though we're using our abilities right now. Use my pet ability for some reason. Spin, crit, that stuff. And that's it. So that's the ult. It's good for nice high burst DPS for one target. There's a little bit of AoE attack for if you're doing a bunch of ads. So, and you won't be going, and you're always gonna be invisible. So nothing will be attacking you technically unless it's like an AoE boss attack. So that's pretty much the class. The class is very simple. You're going invisible, you're dashing back in, leaving, trying to dodge attacks, teleporting everywhere, sneaking around, basically find the best spot to attack. And then I guess the last thing we have is the roll. The roll is pretty good. Similar to like Dragoon's all mobility. The roll is very long. You roll very far, and this helps a lot when you're doing the directional rolls like this. You'll roll like that, or you're going left or right or backwards. This helps a lot as you're kind of not a glass cannon, but damage does hurt, and having a nice big beefy roll does help a lot in dodging stuff. So there is that. Plus, also, one little interaction with the ultimate is that you can't use ultimate if you're invisible. So, as long as you're not invisible, you cannot. You can activate it. If you're invisible, you can't activate it. Let's do dungeon real quick. So let's do. I don't know. Scorpion or pirates. I don't know. Let's do this one. So we'll do challenge mode. Do this dungeon here. The scorpion one. and show you guys kind of the gameplay on Nightmare Challenge mode solo. Not the swords aren't good. The weapons I have, which is a purple, 2 purples I think, or I don't know, something like that, purple and a blue. I have 0 armor on. That's pretty much it. So here is the gameplay of Shadowhunter. Not Shadowblade. I get confused each time. I might play different, but this is how I've been playing it, to be honest. Just in and out, in and out, in and out. Pretty much how it's been going. Wow, I think that's horrible. One thing is you can't gather enemies, obviously, when you're invisible. They're not going to follow you around. Of course, a lot of this World Zero, you always trying to gather all the enemies together and then do big burst attacks so that you clear these faster, pretty much. It's like a little bit easier clearing things when you hit everything at the same time. This is probably a bad example of what dungeon is. Dungeon's hard. It's so tanky. I don't have enough good weapons to do this. But I mean, get most of it done. Probably gonna finish it though, but it's much video, much footage here. I guess how this class is pretty much a ninja style. I'll probably go up to the mini boss, Happy Cactus. Or Buff Cactus, whatever it is. Oh, this is brand new. I don't know if it's not in a long time. What was all this stuff? It's just so slow though, that's the issue. There's a golem. I like to do this spin crits. I don't know. Our crit's pretty good too. A leap. Do like that. Double hit. Buff Cactus. You know, probably get this to the end. That's it. I don't know. It's pretty much the gist of the class, pretty much. That's all there is to it. But it's pretty cool. Up to you what you decide, if you like it or not. I'm just kind of, there's always changes that happen, so this video might get outdated pretty quickly. They change classes pretty often when it first releases, based off feedback, so we will see how things go, if anything. Oh, should I finish this or not? It's gonna take a long time. We're almost to the boss room. Just one more area, but this area is long. Kinda. Depends on how much it leads to her. About playing the invisibility, being patient, all that good stuff. I'll fight the scorpion, whatever. How hard is it gonna be? I don't know. It'd be a bit annoying. Yeah, this is way too tanky for me. Bosses are too tanky, so for the weapons I have, not much right now, sadly. Just gonna pause it. Pause it for the ending here. I don't know. If you're curious to see the time it took me when I pause it, this is how fast I could beat this goddamn dungeon. It'll be faster if I actually get good weapons, but I don't get anything. I get nothing. I literally have nothing good. Look. His weapons, 123 and a 130 blue. Like, from grinding all day, I can't get anything. My luck has been horrible. Anyway, so that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That's all the showcase. It's pretty long, but you can skip through it. As always, I don't talk. I know I watch this part anyways. So here you go. Enjoy.